Yes, it's a podcast. Okay. Enough pomp and circumstance. Okay, let's get right to business. We got some housekeeping to do. The last podcast episode, 3.5 people listened, it said, so there's some kind of abomination creature that is listening to the podcast. So to you, Mr. Point 0.5, stay the hell away from my Lucky Charms, man. I know guys like you. I know how you behave around cereal. Wait, the leprechaun didn't steal Lucky Charms. His name is originally called LC Leprechaun or Sir Charms. Okay, but what are his motives? What's his agenda? It's the kids trying to steal from Lucky. Oh, okay. So maybe that's the 0.5 who's listening. It's a kid. I really hope there's not somebody like cut in half inside of some torture chamber listening to this. Like, why doesn't anyone care about my point of view? My lived experience? I'm half a guy, so what? I can still listen to a podcast. A lot of people say this podcast and being tortured go together really well. So I don't know what that means. The podcast is actually doing great. We're actually brought to you by... I don't really want to tell you what we're brought to you by today, but I do have to tell you because we're brought to you by them. Are you guys familiar with asbestos as a reliable insulation material? Well, try asbestos, as it's as best as they can do. Asbestos. Asbestos is currently offering a one-time deal. They'll come install asbestos in your house, and you get half off if you couple that with the glyphosate spraying. You can spray it in places other than forests and crops. It's very versatile. You can actually drink it, and nobody knows what happens. So that's just that deal is limited time only, like I said. And you can order that. They'll come to your house immediately. That's what all these data centers are for. They're tracking us just in case somebody wants to get asbestos installed in their house. They're like, we know exactly where his house is. We don't even need to look it up. Let's go. It's really profitable to kill us, as it turns out. So it would be more profitable to a certain number of people if all of us were not alive anymore. And I hope, asbestos doesn't have a problem with me being pro-human. I know they said I should dial it back on the humans not going extinct message, and I get that. We had a really interesting spin at the wheel, but I think it should be dinosaurs again. We should just switch on and off and alternate. Back in dinosaur times, you only had one human, right? It was to get eaten by a dinosaur. And everybody knows that human beings and dinosaurs coexisted. The Flintstones? It was a documentary. A lot of people miss that, the Flintstones is actually, when you really think about it, it's really like a meditation on love, loss, and redemption. But you have to have really astute eyes to see it. I never really watched the Flintstones. It was before my time. I wasn't alive in the Stone Age, so I can't relate to any of what's going on there. I think dinosaurs should rule the planet, and then give them a go. When they invent data centers, then you kill them all again, and you give us another go. Like, God is like, just don't invent data centers every fucking time. But we always do it. What can we say? We love data. What is actually really going on with these, though? I mean, it's pretty sinister. It's pretty scary. Something is accelerating behind the scenes where they feel like they need to do this extremely quickly at an insane scale. It's probably good. It just seems, even if it is like just rolling out of the surveillance state, I mean, I think it's partially that. But didn't they already do that? Like, isn't that part over with? Like, they know everything about you and where you are and what you say. So, I don't know. I can't figure it out. If only I had some form of computation that I could amass to figure out this problem. I should ask AI. And then I should stick my head in a swamp and I should drown myself. Because those are both equally good uses of my time. You know what, I actually did accidentally just use the AI earlier when I was talking about the Lucky Charms thing. But I didn't mean to do it. You know, there was a period on Snapchat where the AI thing was like the first person in your list. And I was like, how do you... Oh, you can't remove it? And I would argue with the AI all the time. I'd be like, I wish you never existed. I want to hunt you down in cyberspace. And it's like, hey, I can help you come up with ways to send a dick pic. Want help? Not that that's what I use Snapchat for. But it's like, well, I didn't even mean to click on you, dude. You're just always there. And he's like, yep. Anything else I can help you with? Like, you didn't help me with anything. You just wasted my time. And I found out that you had to pay for Snapchat Premium to remove the AI. Basically, they're saying, this is a punishment. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And now I don't think it does that anymore. I know, because my girlfriend insists on using Snapchat. She won't send me a text, so our entire relationship to me is just like, it's just a message written in the sand, washed away by the tide. It feels like a strange, aqueous dream. Whereas if I had the texts, I can be like, oh yeah, I remember when I said that. It's good to like have a record of when you said stuff. It comes in handy all the time. I don't know why people delete their messages. Look, we're going to be able to store so much data pretty soon, so don't worry about that. Keep all your messages. Don't worry about who's reading them. It's like if I see my girlfriend after not having seen her for like a day or two, I'll be like, who are you? Oh, you're the vanishing woman. You're the little lady in my phone who sends me stuff that I forget about. Ah, shit, this special guest is calling. I haven't had time to introduce him yet. Okay. I believe our special guest is calling. His name is... his name is Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass, he's a recent viral sensation. You probably saw him on The View. He was on Ellen. He completely destroyed Ellen's set, But anyway, he's famous because he looks like Frederick Douglass. He looks more like Frederick Douglass than he looks like a dog. Okay, now that I've explained that, I'll pick up the phone. Hello?
Hey.
Oh. Who is this?
Frederick Douglass. Why?
What do you mean, why? You called me. Frederick Douglass is a dog.
Well, this Frederick Douglass is a Frederick. I recently lost my dog. I'm dogless.
How long's your dog been dead?
Couple of days.
Jeez, what? What the fuck are you talking about?
Do you want to ask me any questions about my goddamn dead dog or not?
No, I don't care about your... I mean, I'm sorry, I care about your dead dog, but...
Well, I got a pet snail, but it's just not the same.
Of course it's not the same. That's nothing like a dog. What was your dog's name?
Frederick Douglass.
Wait, are you the owner of the dog, Frederick Douglass?
Yeah, this is all in the Netflix documentary about me. Why are we rehashing this? Everybody's seen that.
Well, I want to say everybody's seen it.
I'm gonna be the Tiger King of the hantavirus pandemic.
Nothing in that sentence is something you should be proud of. Well, how did Frederick Douglass die? I didn't hear about this.
He ate a crumb.
He ate a single crumb?
Yeah.
I don't see how that could kill anybody, even a dog.
It was just the wrong crumb. Really bad crumb. Went bad.
Alright, well... Anything going on this weekend?
Not much. What about you?
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything.
Okay.
So... I gotta fill a little more time. Do you want to stretch a little bit here?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Alright, now we got it. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much, Frederick Douglass. Sometimes you ever meet somebody and you're like, I'm so glad I'm not you, man. Then you feel bad about that. It's like, what's so great about me? I have my own problems. You know, like I gotta go to the dentist on Thursday. I know it'll be fine, but I just don't want to do it. Because I gotta get up early. And I'd rather sleep. You know, the new thing I do every morning is I'll wake up like an hour before I have to. And then I'm just awake, like wide awake for like 40 to 45 minutes. And then in the last like 15 or 20 minutes before my alarm goes off, I finally fall asleep. And it's an incredibly deep and restful slumber. Is my body an asshole? And don't say, oh, part of it is, because I had mine removed. It was replaced by just a fidget spinner. And if you're wondering how I poop, no you're not. Because you don't want to know. So anyway, that's all that's been going on in my life. I don't understand why, you know, if we understand the body so well and we understand it as all biological life is essentially being sort of a clockwork mechanism where it's just cause and effect. It seems like understanding it at such a granular level would allow you to like program your body to sleep for 8 hours exactly, like program a little timer in it and say like Amazon, set an 8-hour timer.
8 hours, starting now.
That's really all that she's good for at this point, is turning on the lights and setting timers. I otherwise treat her like your relative who had a really, really poor relationship with his wife who he's been with for 70 years and he just never speaks to her. That's how I treat Alexa. Occasionally, I'll just turn to her and I'll say, "You never really loved me, did you? Do you even remember our vows?" And she's like, "Here's something I found about vows. Rhymezone.com says vow rhymes with cow." And I'm like, typical. Avoiding the real issue. So my girlfriend isn't happy about this situation with my Alexa, and we're working through it. So yeah, anyway, I gotta go to the dentist, and have I done enough dentist material at this point? What else can possibly be said about the dentist? Do you think it's worse for men to go to the dentist because it's like so submissive to just open your mouth while lying down and having another primate like control the destiny of your mouth? It's like they could go ape shit in there. They could really knock stuff around. I wonder if any dentist has ever gotten fired because they're like, I let the intrusive thoughts win and I punched every single tooth. Like each one was the kid that bullied me in high school. And they looked a lot like the kids that bullied me in high school. I went to school in a toothpaste commercial. Don't want to talk about it. Why do you think I'm so fucked up? And work in dentistry. Folks, the host of Time Check, Slurp Von Lipstick, he has to tell you what he's been up to, even though nobody cares at all. He recently brought his yearbook to me and he said, look what they put in my senior superlatives. They said I was the most likely to tell other people what time it is. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm trying to eat my lunch. Leave me alone. He recently got caught peddling, and I'm not supposed to mention this, but he was recently caught selling illicit cracked copies of NHL 2K17, which had, instead of the normal player characters, they were all replaced by Elvira with boobs that were way bigger than Elvira's actually big real-life boobs. And everyone was puzzled by this. They weren't puzzled by the fact that everybody was Elvira. They were just saying, you don't have to make her boobs that much bigger. And he got in a lot of trouble for that. Again, mostly just over the boob size thing. People hated that. Anyway, so I believe Elvira is suing him. She's saying this is libel. I have much smaller boobs than you think. So it's just, he's a sick man. And he's here to tell you what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the host of Time Check, Slurp on Lipstick. Give it up. Thank you so much. Nothing that was uttered just now has even a droplet of truth in it. It's been really hard to focus on Time Check with all this going on. As if it's not hard enough to do Time Check. All of the previous hosts of Time Check have died. They're all dead. They died at the same time. There are, 7 or 8 previous Time Check hosts, and they all got together at a reunion, and unfortunately they all ate crumbs off the floor, and they all got the bad crumbs, so they all succumbed. They succumbed to the crumbs. It was in the paper. It was insane. It's like, Time Check host wiped out in freak crumb event. It was fucking horrible. I almost went there, but I got sidetracked on the way because I found these morsels on the ground and I ate them. I was fine. See, morsels are fine, but I think it's crumbs that you should really avoid. And if you don't know the difference, figure it out on your own. I'm not here to educate you. I'm here to tell you what time it is. Oh, and speaking of education, I'm starting to gather funding for a new school of time, where we want to be an accredited institution that teaches people not only how to tell the time, but tell it in a way that's informative and interactive, a la me. Also at the school, I'm the mascot. I don't mean I'm the guy wearing the mascot outfit. I mean I am the mascot. Using incredibly advanced experimental technology, I made a replica of my skin, and so whoever's on mascot duty can just wear my skin. Which, so far, this technology has been abused by people wishing to frame me for various things, such as sharing a very controversial video game, apparently. That wasn't me. My boobs are way bigger. Okay? Anyway, the current time is 10:53 p.m. And anyway, this week I have to make an outgoing call on the timeline. A listener requested a reminder from us at this specific time to tell them to do something. This week's Time Check guest is a guy named Granule. Hello, Granule?
It's pronounced granule.
What did I say? Isn't that what I just said?
That's like a little speck, but like a grandmother named Daniel. What would you call them? Granule.
Okay. Look, I wanted to remind you to go to bed now because you have a dentist appointment early tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, thank you. What do I owe you?
Oh, it's a free service, so just,
Oh, okay. Well, I got a lot of money, so...
Oh, well, I mean, you'll have like $100.
Yeah, I could do that. It's just I don't know if it's really going to be worth anything to you, though, now that I think about it.
Why wouldn't your money be worth anything to me?
Are you familiar with Elven Society?
Why do you have elf money?
Take a guess.
Oh, you're the 0.5. You're the half a guy who listens to the podcast. It's an elf.
Okay, you kind of putting a hard E on it, man.
Well, so wait, elves have to go to the dentist too?
Yeah, ever since that rat bastard from the North Pole, Hermie up in the North Pole, got obsessed with dentistry. Now we all have to get our teeth looked at all the time.
Well, what kind of elf are you?
I don't know. I usually vote independent.
That's not what I'm just talking about. Whatever, forget it. Thanks a lot. That was Granule the elf. I gotta go, folks. I've been Slurp on Lipstick. Thank you so much. Wow. So that's what passes for Time Check nowadays, huh? There used to be real effort in Time Check. With one of the better hosts they used to have, I remember, what was that guy's name? Gus Van Triptych? He was really good at it. Who is this? Somebody calling the Purgatory Podcast phone line. Hello?
You know what time it is?
Yeah, I do.
It's Gus Van Triptych.
This isn't Gus Van Triptych. Gus Van Triptych died decades ago.
I was the only one that actually survived that incident, but I thought I'd use it to my advantage to fake my own death and escape having to pay child support. Look, man, it's been years. Can I just do another time check on the Purgatory Podcast? Just for old time's sake?
How dare you?
What?
You were my favorite of the time checkers. When you died, my world went dark.
Well, I'm alive. I go by a completely different name now.
What, Slorp Vin Pool Stick?
No. Grogu.
You can't be Grogu, that name's taken.
Oh, Okay, so I guess there shouldn't be any atoms on Earth. By your rules.
I don't think there should be any atoms on the Earth, but it's for a completely different reason than that.
Alright, well, it's 10:58 p.m.
Ooh, do your catchphrase. Do your catchphrase.
Looks like time is on my side again.
Yeah, it sounds a little different nowadays, but still pretty good.
Sorry, I've been hitting the Marlboros heavy since I lost the time check gig. But it's also a part of my new identity, Grogu.
No, like, I'm saying no, like I refuse to accept that your name is Grogu.
I went to school with a kid named fucking Yoda.
That doesn't make this okay.
I met a girl named Boba Fett once. She made crystal necklaces full time.
I don't give a shit about your life experiences. Okay, now I kind of wish you went the way of, you know, Shrimp Von Pipsqueak and, you know, Glip Ven... Sweepstake, thank you. Or, you know, what were the other ones?
I assume you're gonna name all of them now?
Yeah. I think Slant Van Kickstand was one of the really early ones.
Uh-huh.
Snart Done, I want to say Pogo Stick? And then there was, Paul.
Yep, just one name, like Cher.
Yeah, he was really experimental. He was one of the experimental time check hosts. All right, well, thanks for calling in. It's great to talk to a time check legend. Normally, it's fucking amateur hour in here. I hate to say it.
Alright, I gotta go smoke a cigarette.
Okay. I mean, technically, you can talk and smoke a cigarette at the same time, but yeah, that's fine.
Oh, not the way I do it.
All right. Folks, that was Grogu. He didn't meet a girl named Boba Fett. That guy's full of shit. I think maybe there's something else in those Marlboros, you know? Maybe what the kids call drugs. Anyway, there's no way that we're going to hear from Frederick Douglass again. I blocked his number, and I contacted the police, because his whole alibi for how his dog died, I don't know, something doesn't check out. The immune system of a dog, I think it can withstand a crumb of literally anything. It would, like, I think a dog could, like, eat, like, a crumb out of a uranium cake, and it'd be like, yeah, woof woof, whatever, what's next? What's the next crumb? I don't care. A dog, if you did it just right, you can turn a dog into a living nuclear reactor and tap into limitless amounts of energy. But the one guy who did it didn't work. They called it Chernobyl. Now it's got a bad rap. Anyway, I'm done with the podcast now, so you may now leave. It actually ended like 10 minutes ago. Like, I stopped caring 10 minutes ago. I don't know if you could probably like hear the cutoff at where I stopped caring. If you liked this episode, tell your friends, say, hey, I listened to a podcast that I really enjoy. And when they ask you what it's called, refuse to say. Refuse to tell them. Dodge the question, no matter how dishonest you have to be. Do not tell them that the name of the podcast is the Purgatory Podcast. Because if they care enough, they'll figure it out on their own. Anyway, see ya!